Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.
With dozens of race shops and one of the best-known racetracks in the country, Charlotte has long been NASCAR's capital city. But this month, the Queen City opened an attraction that solidifies its place as the center of the NASCAR universe. Rob Holliday has our first look at the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
3, 2, 1.
After more than 5 years of planning and construction, the green flag is dropping on stock car racing's greatest shrine.
I wanted to come down and get the wow factor. When I walked in, I got the wow factor. I'm like, holy smokes, it's really something.
The first thing race fans see when they walk in the door is the first car to ever win a NASCAR-sanctioned race back in 1948. Red Byron's Ford Coupe leads a lineup of the sport's most accomplished automobiles, including Dale Earnhardt's black 3-car and Richard Petty's 43.
Some of them are in original condition like they came off the track. Especially back here, I saw one that was from around 1970 that's in original off-the-track condition, so that's pretty neat.
And so is the track itself, which not only showcases the cars, but also the design and steepness of the surface they drive on.
I took a few pictures at the banking. I was having to hold on the rail. I can't imagine having to be that much banking all the time. It's pretty remarkable.
Even the guys who see these turns every weekend are impressed.
You can see what 33 degrees or 36 degrees of banking actually is. Touch it, look at it, walk on it, and then see how we do things today, how the transporter's unloaded, what we do at the race shop, what we do during practice. I mean, it's really, really neat.
And it all takes place on the second floor of the Hall of Fame, which features a life-size car transporter and an engine dynamometer fans can rev up, and a modern-day race shop, one of the Hall's 50 interactive exhibits. Pit stops can be as exciting as the driving itself sometimes, and fans have a chance to change a tire, crank a jack, even throw in a splash of gas themselves.
It was kind of like a rush. It was a thrill down there because it's like you get the hands-on of what the pit crew does.
It is completely understandable if, after looking at all of the artifacts and all of this NASCAR history, you just have to get in a car and drive for yourself. The NASCAR Hall of Fame has you covered on that front too, with more than a dozen simulators. You can't slide through the window like the drivers do, but the simulator's a blast, even if you take your victory donut a bit too early.
That's as close as you can get without being in a race car, between the software and the hardware. So the simulator is one that we know is going to be very, very popular.
If the second floor is a showcase of all that's modern in NASCAR, Level 3 is a celebration of the sport's beginnings, featuring a collection of NASCAR memories that's, well, fit for a king.
Products that they put in here are first-class stuff. So probably 2/3 of this stuff, and maybe more than that, I hadn't even seen.
We've got a little less than 1,000 artifacts in the Hall of Fame right now, and our database is probably pushing 3,000. And there's so many different cars and other artifacts that people have offered to us.
Many of NASCAR's first drivers got their racing skills from running moonshine in the North Carolina foothills. And there's an exhibit that pays tribute to those roots, designed by one of the sport's great champions and a former shine runner himself.
I did do the moonshine still for him, and you know, it's about a 1930 model, so it's not up to date.
But it fits right in on a floor that's dedicated to NASCAR's past and includes Dale Earnhardt's sunglasses, Fireball Roberts' jacket, and the cars from the race that brought NASCAR onto the national scene, the 1979 Daytona 500.
As thrilled as I was to see a lot of the stuff is there that brought back a lot of memories for me and my childhood of growing up around this sport, to see and listen to the fans and how excited they were. I think that was the thrilling part.
Dale Earnhardt is one of 5 NASCAR figures in the Hall of Fame's first class of inductees. Bill France Sr. and his son Bill Jr., members of NASCAR's founding family, are also being inducted, along with Richard Petty and Junior Johnson.
You just cannot explain it. It's just the greatest thing ever happened to me.
NASCAR has fans from across the country, some of whom are making their way to Charlotte from places like
Idaho Falls, Idaho.
And even Canada in some cases. Jim Ford's favorite part of the Hall of Fame was checking out an iconic Chevy.
Seeing Jeff Gordon car a dozen times. That's my guy.
Race fans are certainly the primary audience, but the NASCAR Hall of Fame could be a way to fill the grandstands in the years to come.
I think this will make them big fans. They know what it's all about when they walk in here. If you go home and think there's anything bad about stock car racing, you just, there's something a little wind up in your head. You know, you're twisted somewhere.
Located in uptown Charlotte, the NASCAR Hall of Fame is only a 15-minute drive from Charlotte Douglas International Airport and is easily accessible by the John Belk Freeway I-277 loop. For more information, go to NASCARHall.com.
Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.